How are you, Robin?
It's good to see you, Javier.
Good to see you too. I see you all over the country, but finally I came to your hometown.
Oh, thank
Nashville.
you so much.
No, thank you for bringing us here for a very good reason. This is the new, what is it, 2017?
2017.
Nissan Rogue Sport. And this car, I mean, the regular Rogue has been like a huge success. Incredible numbers. Tell us a little bit about that, please.
It's true. Well, we had an all-new, like, fresh minor change in the fall of 2017 for our 17 Nissan Rogue. And just the right combination of the right marketing message with the right vehicle in the dealership at the right time with our refreshed product. We've actually sold over 100,000 Nissan Rogues in the first 3 months of this calendar year.
So to put it in simpler numbers, like more than 1,000 a day. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
I mean,
we've outsold all the other SUVs, all the other sedans. The only thing that's beat us is the big threes, full-size pickups.
That's amazing. Oh, and that's the trend in the whole industry, and I guess that's the reason for this car coming into the market in the US, right?
That's correct. So we've noticed that the total industry is starting to move away from sedans and compact hatch, and it's actually moving into the Rogue Sport segment. But the major part of the growth is in that smaller compact SUV segment. So we brought over the global Nissan Qashqai, and we've named it Rogue Sport. So we're capitalizing on the Rogue name, and we're really hoping that this size combination with the right price will be what the consumers are asking for, and what we feel that the consumers are asking for.
Okay, let's start with the price since you mentioned it. This is really affordable, starts around 21.
Yes, S-Trim front-wheel drive starts at $21,420.
And it goes
over $2,000 cheaper than an S-Trim Rogue.
Wow. And the top of the level, which is this one, the SL.
This is an SL Platinum, and it's around 32.
32. So you have a good range. People can choose any of the trims. But the interesting thing is that you have all-wheel drive available in all the trims, right?
That's correct. You can get a base trim S and a front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, or you can get a fully loaded and still front-wheel drive.
Another thing that is available is all the safety technology that comes from the Rogue and actually from all the Nissan products.
That's correct. Still a Nissan. Still need to push the safety message that we have, that we're doing a corporate wide, and the Rogue Sport still delivers on all of that. So we still have forward emergency braking with pedestrian detection, rear cross traffic alert, blind spot warning, lane departure warning and prevention. It's all still available, even in this little compact package on the Rogue Sport.
So now let's talk about the differences, because obviously there are some.
There are some differences. Rogue Sport is about a foot shorter, 12 inches shorter in length, and about 5.5 inches shorter in height. But it still has all the maneuverability that you'd expect for a really urban, compact little SUV. A lot of cargo capacity, only 9 cubic feet smaller.
Yeah, I was checking the numbers, and I mean, even though it's a foot shorter, and I mean, shorter lengthwise, and like 5 inches shorter on the height. I mean, you didn't lose much for leg room or like shoulder room. This is pretty much the same, right?
Yeah, tread is actually carryover between the two models. Yeah. So you're going to notice that the wheelbase is about 2.5 inches shorter in length. Gives a little bit more on-road flexibility as far as maneuverability, turning radius. But majority of the 12 inches of shortness, you really don't see it. 9 cubic feet in the cargo, 4 inches of legroom in the second row. But again, this is pushed more towards a more millennial or urban, younger buyer. Probably only going to have people in his back seat occasionally. And
in the city, a foot difference in length, it's a big difference. I mean, for parking spots and stuff like that. But what about the engine and the rest of the engineering for that part of the car? Is it different? Sure. It's the same?
Yes, actually it has a different powertrain. The Rogue has our 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, and the Rogue Sport is a 2-liter 4-cylinder, and it has 141 horsepower and 147 foot-pounds of torque, which for this vehicle, being about 300 pounds lighter than Rogue, it actually compensates all of that. So it's still very quiet and well suited for this vehicle.
What about the transmission?
The transmission is still a CVT between the two units. They've been, specifically optimized for each of the powertrains, but they're basically the same.
Okay, so for people who just hear the word CVT and they want to kill themselves, what do we have to say?
Well, CVTs have come a long way. We have what we call D-step technology, and what we've done is we've tuned the transmission to make it feel like an automatic, but you still get all the same, fuel economy savings that you do experience with the CVT. The main thing about a continuously variable transmission is that it will always have the optimal RPM range for the engine, so you're always getting the best fuel economy. That's something
Yeah, so
important to
there's no
remember.
lag of power when you switch.
That's correct.
What's the difference basically between a CVT and an automatic transmission?
Well, automatic
Mechanically, I guess, or something.
So there's specific gears, and as the size goes up, you're going to be able to bring a vehicle. Let's say you need sudden power, like say you're at cruising speed and you're trying to pass someone on the freeway.
Yeah.
That the vehicle's transmission will downshift into a lower gear and give you that power, and then shift back up. With a CVT, what it'll do is it'll gradually make you go all the way down, but you don't have that lag. So it'll get you there quicker, so you'll be able to get that power quicker.
Yeah. And again, that technology, as you mentioned, has evolved a lot. And it was Nissan, one of the first one that had it, right?
Yes.
Like, in what car was it? The Murano?
Murano. First generation Murano.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I remember. And like a lot of people didn't like it because obviously, I mean, that was like almost 20 years ago.
Maybe 10.
10 or, yeah, but things have changed in 10 years.
Things have changed quite a bit. So it's, actually the technology, we've embraced it here at Nissan, but there's other automakers who also have started using it.
So don't freak out when you hear CVT.
Please don't.
A new CVT.
There you go.
And being the top of the line, I mean, these materials and everything you touch, it's like really, really high quality.
Same, it's still Nissan, so high PQ is required, perceived quality. So we have soft touch features such as, this bolster has been padded, the steering wheel is, got the leather grip.
Yeah.
It's all maintained, it still has a Nissan name, and it has the Rogue name, so it has to make sure that it still stands up to that.
Yeah, it's we've driven it like 100 miles already today, and it's really handles well in the corners and like the hills here in Nashville. Nothing that we have in Miami, which is flat and but so it's really enjoy to drive. But can I complain about one thing? Only one thing.
What's up?
What happened here? I'm missing something. It's a sport. Come on.
Well, we do have sport transmission.
Yeah, here you can do it here.
You can do it on the manual.
But maybe something to add on, like maybe you add another Sport Plus.
I'm gonna add that to my list.
Well, thank you very much, Robin. It's really enjoyable to drive with you anywhere when we meet you.
Javier.
So we're gonna keep driving here. Beautiful day, by the way. I mean, I heard that it was a lot of rain before, so we brought the Miami weather with us.
Thank you, but keep your humidity, okay?
Okay. Bye.
Thank you.